ma'am, you're recording.
What happened? Someone say something?
You were already recording. Like when I joined, the message came recording in progress.
Yeah. No, it started recording. I stopped it because I had not started my video correctly. So, and then I forgot to start it again. So don't worry, don't worry. We're still the early stages. We won't have missed anything. All right. Mickey, do you need help? Do you need somebody's help? Are you okay? Are you able to get your coffee? Coffee colors, a brown color, any color? I'm just checking on Mickey because Mickey's mom said she's alone. Anybody needs help, tell me. Don't feel bad to ask. Okay? Mm, okay. Now we're going to make another shade of coffee. But before we make that, let us draw some basic background, which has to be very light. Okay, with this light version of coffee. Just give me one moment. Okay. The first thing we will do is we are going to draw a circle. Now I'll draw it in pencil first so that you can understand what we're doing. Let's draw a circle. If you want to take the help of a lid or something like that, that is also fine. But I'm going to draw just a circle with my hand. Okay. Pencil, everybody. This is a pencil outline. Okay. Can you all see my circle in pencil? Yes. On this, we are going to draw uh, a bit of a mountain. Do you all know how to draw this kind of a triangular mountain? Let me just show you. Let me show you my mountains. See, they look like two triangles, partial triangles, one behind the other. One is on top, the other is here. And we will also draw what could be considered either the sun or the moon. Okay. So we have a big circle. We are drawing a picture of a scenery. Okay. And we're going to do this entirely with coffee or your brown watercolor, whichever you have. But we are going to do it in steps, in shades. So that is why I'm saying we need to just draw a general outline. So we have a big circle. Inside the circle, we will have a small circle for the sun or the moon. And then we have these two mountains. One is behind, the other is in front. Okay? Everyone okay so far? This part is going to be really simple, I'm telling you. So now with this light coffee that we have, okay, with this light coffee that we have, I want you to draw the outline of our background. This circle, this circle of the moon or the sun, that cannot be painted. Okay. So we are painting around that circle of the moon or the sun, whatever it is. I'll call it the moon. Okay. So I'm calling it the moon and I'm filling up this whole circle with a light wash of coffee. The light wash of coffee that we were talking about. Okay. So can you see what I'm doing? Can you see the white moon looking? Okay. How's it looking? Are you all able to do this? Nikki, are you able to do this? Are you coloring with us? Yes? Now, did you notice that I've only covered one mountain and not the other? Everyone's noticed this? Or have you already covered colored over the second mountain also, the one in front? Has anyone colored in front of the front mountain as well? No? This is good so far? Okay. Now, before we start coloring the next shade, we are going to let this dry, because if we don't let it dry, we can't go in with the next shade of brown. Okay. So meanwhile, let's rest this and we'll do another picture over here. Just looking for a good coffee mug that we can draw. Okay. Everybody knows how what a mug looks like. So I'm going to draw an oval shape. I'll just bring my camera in a little lower so you can see my oval shape. Okay. And then I'm going to draw. Sorry? No, I was just asking, are you able to draw? Are you able to join us? Are you able to draw this with us?
She will not be able to draw mountains and sun, but
Okay,
she
okay.
is trying to draw flower in a circle.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Don't worry.
Yes, ma'am. She's not very good with her English. So
Okay.
yeah, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are drawing a cup. Okay. A coffee cup. Everybody knows how to draw a cup. This kind of a U shape, an oval on the top. Okay. And now we're going to draw a saucer.
Ma'am, I drew a mug.
Oh, you draw a mug? Okay. All right. No problem. No problem. You can draw a mug, you can draw coffee cup, whatever you like. I'm drawing coffee cup because it's a coffee cup. Nothing, no other reason. There you go. See? With a handle. If you want to draw just a mug, that is also fine. Okay. Inside this, we are going to show some little bit of coffee. Yes? Simple enough? Now keep your drawing as light as you can. See, I have a little bit of a line coming here, so I'm going to just erase that. Okay. Why am I asking you to keep it light? Because some places it will be almost white. Some places we will not be covering, like this moon over here. We did not cover it, right? So the pencil mark shouldn't show. That's why I said keep it light. Okay. Now the same coffee color that we first made, the light shade of coffee, we are going to apply it. We are going to apply it only on one side of the coffee cup. Okay, everybody pay attention. We are going to give a shadow to the coffee cup. Okay. So we are only going to put it on the left side of the mug. So let's put it here. See? Till this point, bring your coffee till here. Okay. I'm just putting it anyhow. I mean, anyhow, in the sense, there's no shape that I'm following. I'm just giving it a slight shadow. And that's it. On one side, I've given it a shadow. Okay. Other side, I'm leaving it plain white. Same way, I'm going to give a little bit of shadow to the saucer. Okay. So look at the way I'm giving a shadow to the saucer. Like this. Okay. And finally, I'm going to give a shade over here on the inner part above the coffee line. Can you see? Can everyone see what I'm doing? On the inner part of my mug above the coffee. This is the place which has the lightest shade of coffee painting. Okay. So far, everybody's managed?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to go and make a little bit of deeper color coffee. So for those who are using watercolor, what does deeper mean? Deeper means you will put little more watercolor paint into your mixture over here. Okay. Just a little bit more paint. For those who are using coffee, you're going to pick up little coffee from here and put it in this pile here. Pick up a little bit of coffee from here and put it here. If you need more water, one more drop of water, please put water. Okay, see. Pick a little of coffee and put it in this pile. Now, how do you know if it has darkened? You have to put it down on paper and see. Okay, we're going to put it on paper and see whether it's become dark. So where's my first shade? Number 1 shade is there. I'm going to put my number 2 shade. Okay, that's my number 2 shade. Can you see that it has become darker? Correct? Those who are using watercolor, let me try and darken the shade that I have. Even though I'm not painting with it, I'm sure I can darken it. This is for the people who are using watercolor. Yeah? Darker shade? You can call this a number 2 shade. By the way, I'm writing this down here, coffee. And here, watercolor. How many people are using watercolor instead of coffee? I think only Sia. Anyone else using? No? Now with this darker shade, we are going to add the next level of shading. Next level of shading in our first picture. First of all, let me check if it is dry. This side is not dry. See, can you see it's still wet? Okay. So we have to be a little careful. Okay, not to worry. We can be careful. We can go to the other side. Let's let that dry. Let's go back to the coffee cup. Okay, coffee cup. I'm taking a thin brush now. Now, why am I taking a thin brush? Because with this color, we are going to do some outline work. Okay. So I'm taking a thinner brush, maybe size 3 or 4. Okay. And now we are going to go around this cup. We are going to give it an outline. See, like this. Which color? With this number 2 color of a coffee that we've made. Number 2 color coffee, which we have made, we are going to give it an outline. Okay. Everywhere that we have put our pencil, we can give an outline. Okay. So here there's an outline of the saucer. Now, because it is dark, you can see it. Can you all see my outline? Now here, because it was wet, see that coffee went and mixed with this, but it's perfectly fine. Don't worry. Don't panic. One more place is here. There. I think I've got the outline. Now we'll come to this side. I was telling you this side is a little wet, but even if it is wet, we'll do something else. Let's take that number 2 color and let's give this mountain, okay, the mountain which is dry. In the middle of the mountain, I want you to make a zigzag line like this. See if you can make this zigzag line. Okay. Oops. Picked the wrong color. I went and dipped my paint in the watercolor section. Okay. Once you have put that brown zigzag line, color the right side of your mountain with the dark paint. Number 2 watercolor this is. Okay. Number 2 watercolor, we are darker now. Now this brown is darker. It should be darker than your first brown. You should be able to see that it is darker. Okay. Same way on this mountain, you are going to make a zigzag style. This is not a straightforward zigzag. It is like a very erratic zigzag. Some zigs are big, some zags are small, that way. It's to show the shape of the mountain, the triangular shape of the mountain. Okay. And same thing we are going to do over here. We are going to color in only the right side of the mountain. And keep checking if your coffee is darker than the first level of coffee that you put. So far, any trouble? Anybody is having trouble? How's your mountain looking? Good? Taking shape?
Sometimes my coffee is having those little granules in it.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. So before you start painting, just stir with your brush, okay, a few times. Stir and see whether you can dissolve those small grains of coffee. Just try. If it comes onto the paper, don't worry, don't panic. Leave it there. Okay? It will dry and it will be fine. Okay? So a few grains have come, let it be. Any other problems? No? All fine? Okay. Now with this same dark shade, now that we have outlined, I'm going to add a few more details on our coffee mug. Okay? On our coffee mug. Hold on. I'll show you what to do. So now on this coffee mug, with this number 2 shade, I'm going to draw one line over here. Just one line coming like this. I want to show a shadow that is little darker than this shadow. Okay. I will also take that color and put it a little bit over here. One line on this side. That's it. So now I've got a light shade and I've got a dark shade. I will also put one line over here, just above the coffee. That's it. Okay. We can stop with this color. Now let's make our coffee deeper. Okay. So let's take some more water. Now see, my coffee got completely, my entire color got over. So I'm just putting more water. I'm picking up more coffee. This is too light. Coffee is going to become a little hard because it's getting dry. So just gently with your brush, see what I'm doing? Just stir it gently a few times, not once or twice, a few times. And then mix it in here. Okay? It will dissolve. If it's instant coffee, it will dissolve. Without any problem, it will dissolve. Just that you have to be a little patient. Okay? See? Look at my Isn't it nice and dark? Okay, let's test this color. Don't start painting directly. Always remember to check the color. So we are now putting down this color. And it has to be a wee bit darker than your earlier color. Oops, what's this? Someone touched the whiteboard. How do I?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I didn't realize.
Yeah, hold on. Close this. Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Is this better? Now everyone can see my screen again? Oops, what's this? Okay, I'll just close this. Okay, our darker shade, mine is dark. Those who are using watercolor, please add more brown. Let's see how that brown looks. Yeah, definitely dark. So watercolor brown looks a little more chocolatey. Sorry?
Can you show your coffee mug?
Oh, you want to see the coffee mug? Hold on. Okay. I've only got one dark here, one line here, one line there. Okay. That's it. So 2 shades now. Now, so far we've done 2 shades. Now we are going in with our third shade. Unfortunately, this has not fully dried. Let me just see if I can. We can do something else in the meanwhile. Okay. I'll take my brush with this darker bit of coffee. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to put an outline to this circle, but only on the underside. Okay. So only from here. Can you all see? I'm going to put a little bit of an outline to my circle with number 3 coffee. By the way, I didn't write number 3. This is number 3. Number 3 coffee. I'm going to put an outline only up till this point. Okay. And we are going to do something really fun. We are going to show this coffee as trees. Okay. This color of coffee, we are going to put it as trees. So have a look, see what I'm doing, and then see whether you can imitate it. Okay. First of all, draw a standing line. We are all of you have to remember we are using number 3. Okay. Number 3 coffee now 3 shade. And after drawing this line like this, we are going to draw a tree like this. Okay. Now it is downward facing. All the pine leaves are downward facing. But as you go lower and lower, your pine leaves are going to become wider and wider, like a Christmas tree. Okay. So have a look. See, it's getting wider till it touches. Yeah. Can you try this out? Okay. Till it becomes a nice Christmas tree. And we are going to go one step further. We are going to add something like a droplet. As if our coffee is leaking downwards. One little blob of coffee dripping downwards. Okay, this is an effect. We are trying to give an effect that the coffee is as if the coffee is leaking from the tree down out of this thing. Okay. Same thing we're going to do now with another tree over here. So let's start here, but it's going to be a shorter tree. So I'm going to just put one small line here and small pine cones. And a blob of coffee. Can you all feel that this is darker? You all are definitely able to see that this is number 3. Yes. Unfortunately, I cannot add in the one that is over here on this side because it is still wet. But what we can do is we can give this mountain a little bit of an outline. See, because others will not see the outline. Okay. Next, I want you to do something really interesting, but you watch what I'm doing. I'm making just lines on a mountain. Okay. So this white mountain, instead of leaving it fully white, I'll take the brush and draw lines like this. Only on one side. That's it. Now, why are we putting these lines? To show that the mountain is not even. There's all sorts of up and down on the mountain. Okay. But we're only putting a few lines so that it's not fully white. We can do the same exercise on this side, but we'll have very little mountain to do this with. Only this much. That's it. Okay. Now let this dry. Let's go to our coffee mug. Coffee mug needs an outline. Okay. Now this is looking okay. It's not looking so great. For making it look great, we need to put an outline. So let's make a little more coffee here. Number 3, coffee. See, I have only this much. I'm going to make more coffee. So why am I making more coffee? Because we are going to put it all around our coffee mug on the entire outline. Okay. So I need a lot more number 3 coffee. Those who are using watercolor, please remember watercolor, you'll have to bring it up to number 3. So by the way, my coffee is over. So I'm going to go put a few more grains of coffee here. I brought some more grains of coffee. Mixing it with the water. When you mix coffee with the water, please rub it in a bit so that you don't have grains left behind. Okay. It's exactly like making coffee in a cup. You stir it, stir it, stir it several times. Let those granules completely dissolve. Okay. And when you're sure that it has reached, now how do you test if it has reached the color that you need? Go and put it on the paper on the side. Go and see that it is matching. Okay. Check out what I'm doing. Now I've made some new coffee. It's possible my new coffee will be lighter or darker. So I have to check. So go to this side and just check whether this shade is matching the shade that I just now made. Is it matching? Yeah, for me it's matching. Just make sure that it is matching. And now we are going to do the interesting bit. We are going to put coffee on the entire background. So I will start with here because this portion we always forget. Okay. Oops, did I show? Oh, I didn't show. Those who didn't see this, please watch again. I'm putting coffee all around the cup. So around the cup means this part is going to be dark. This part out here is going to be dark.
My charge got over.
What happened?
My charge got over.
What got over?
My charge had gotten over. That's why I dropped out.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Don't worry. We are on number 3 shader, by the way. For those who, who need to know where we are on number 3. And we are giving the whole coffee mug a number 3 outline wash background. See? By doing this, our coffee mug is starting to look like it is, oh, okay, you can see it. Now, how much of background should we put? That is entirely up to us. So I'm just rubbing my brush around and going up to this much. And that's it. I'm not going any further than that because I can't paint up the whole page with that, right? So this is just to give us an idea that the coffee mug is surrounded by a background which is darker than the mug itself. Okay, so I'm pressing it down. Most of my coffee is almost over. So I'm going to just spread it here and that's it. Do you have enough coffee? Can you see the grains of coffee that are lying around here? Okay. Don't worry about this, okay? Don't worry about this. If the coffee has landed on your plate, on your paper, it's perfectly fine. Let's see what other shading we can do. The same shading, if you have any more left, you can put it here. Okay. Over here also, on top of the shading that we already did. Okay. So now I have a darker shade and I have a lighter shade. On this side light, on that side dark. What else? Let's see what other shading we can do. Now we can color in some of the coffee itself. Okay, so this part of the coffee is going to be dark. In between the coffee, let's leave a little bit of white space so we can show a little bit of a shine. And that's it. All the coffee I made of number 3 shade is over. How's it looking? Mickey, how's your flowers? Dikhao jara, let's see. Are you all, by the way, finding the whole paper very wet? Too wet to hold up? Or if you feel it is not too wet, you can show it to me. We have one more shade left, okay? One more shade left. But before we get to that shade, I want to know whether you all are okay so far, till number 3. Are you okay till number 3?
Yes.
Yes? Is it looking all right? Now, are you able to see all the shades on your picture?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, last shade. And this is where we will use maximum coffee. Okay, but we don't need too much water. I'm only putting like a few drops of water here. 1, 2, and my small brush. This time not big brush, small brush. So I'm going to make the last round of coffee. Here I will put more coffee than I have put all this while. Okay, so now I want you to just check your coffee powder. If you need more coffee powder, add it in here. Swirl around, swirl around, swirl around. Be patient about swirling around because otherwise those pieces of coffee are going to land up in your paper. So swirl it a bit. Be patient. Swirl, swirl, swirl. You're making your own little coffee in your palette. Even if it looks dark, I would recommend putting a little more coffee. That's why I said make a small bit only because now we are only using it in 1 or 2 places and we don't need a big puddle, but we need a lot of coffee in this small puddle. Okay, so I'm just mixing, mixing, mixing. All right, let me see. I want to see if I've got a 4th shade. Mix, 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 mix. You may feel that this is a little thicker. Don't worry. By the way, This coffee painting takes usually a little more time to dry than watercolor, those who are using coffee. So please don't panic. Leave your book out on top of some surface like a cupboard or a shelf somewhere where it can dry overnight. Today, now don't touch it because coffee takes a while to dry. And even tomorrow or later, when you take that book back, it may be sticky. Okay. So the solution to that is if you don't want to ruin your book and the page before or between things like that, take a butter paper. You know what a butter paper is? Everybody knows what butter paper is. In the kitchen, mama uses it. I'm sure most mamas will have either butter paper or um, what is that other
Aluminum.
wax paper they call it? Not aluminum foil. No, 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 not aluminum foil. It is a thin sheet. I don't know. Like when you make cake, no? You line the cake
Baking paper.
dish with. Sorry?
Baking paper.
Yes, yes, baking paper. Yes. Okay. So you can just take that, cut it to the shape of your page, and place it on top of your coffee painting after it has dried tomorrow. Okay. And close the book. Because otherwise, what will happen if there are any sticky portions, it will come on the other page and then it may ruin whatever painting you had on that page. So before you close the book, just put this wax paper, butter paper, or baking paper on top of the sheet and then close it. Will do? Take a little help from mama. Okay, now I'm just trying my final color. I want this to be a little darker. It's not dark enough. So I'm going to take a little more coffee. When the coffee becomes thicker and thicker in your water, it may become more sticky to dry. That's why I told you about this baking powder, baking paper. Okay? Because it becomes a bit too sticky. Okay. I'm getting this dark. How are you all getting this? Are you all managing this last dark shade? Watercolor people, I hope you all have your dark shade. If you feel that your brown is dark enough, it's not becoming dark, you can put little bit of black watercolor into it. Okay? Little bit of black, very little. And make your fourth shade. This is number 4. Okay. Now I will start this fourth shade only after everybody's coffee number 4, level 4 shade is ready. So please tell me that you're ready to paint, then I will paint. By the way, we are also using only the small brush now. No big brush. Only small brush. Also, my mountain here has dried. So it's good. I can put a tree over here. How's everybody doing? Okay to proceed or should I wait a little more? If you feel your coffee is not getting dark enough, we can cheat a little bit. Those who want to put a little bit of black into your coffee, black paint, watercolor paint, you can do that. But if you feel your coffee is good enough, use only coffee. Ready? Shall we start? Okay. All right. With my thin brush, I'm going to draw a tree over here. So thin line, straight line. And we are going to do the same thing we did with all the other trees. Thin at the top, it's like a Christmas tree. But as it comes lower, it has to widen. but it will stop here, right? Because that's our picture ends, our circle ends over there. So what happens? A blob of coffee will appear to come down from it. A blob of this dark coffee will start to appear downward. Okay. Same way, we will have one more last tree over here. It will be a short tree, short one. Oops. I make this mistake all the time because I have watercolor right here. I'm dipping into watercolor by mistake. Okay. Small tree. Small number 4 shade tree and a little bit of coffee spilling out. Now with your thinnest possible brush, if you have a size 0, size 1, that kind of a brush, you can also put a small bird in the sky. 1 or 2 birds like this. See? One or two small birds in the sky with your dark shade. One more thing I'll do. Turn your book around. Okay. Turn your book around. And let's give this this circle an outline with that thin brush. See? Like this. Because I'm trying to make it a little neat. So let me show it. I've turned my book and I'm going to give it a slight coffee outline. That way my pencil mark will also get hidden. Okay. And my picture will have a frame. Right. How's your picture looking? Good? Yeah? Shall we just do this last exercise for the coffee cup as well? Okay, I have to make a little more coffee for me. Oh, very nice, Nikki. Are these flowers? Very nice. Now for this last shade for our coffee cup, there is not much. So I'm going to show you where all we can put it. But let me just make a little more. Coffee is almost over. I used up everything for the... Don't make too much coffee and keep up. Coffee hardens after some time. So if you make too much, then you'll have a big pool of hardened coffee. And stir, 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 stir till all the particles are have dissolved. The only good thing about coffee painting is that it leaves you with a nice coffee flavor, a smell. Those are coffee on your paper, you'll have this coffee smell all the time. Okay, last part. This dark shade we are going to now put on the coffee here, inside. Our inside coffee has to become darker. So apply this dark shade right here on the inner coffee part. Okay, that's one place. Another place you will put this is over here. Give it a slight darkness over here. A slight darkness over here just to show that it is a shadow. Also over here, outline. Okay. So you have to be very, very selective where you're putting this darkest color. I will put the dark one more shade of dark over here. Okay. See? And one more, yeah, over here on this outermost rim. Okay. Finally, I want to do a splatter. But if I splatter coffee, it will splatter everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put dots of coffee here at a few places as if they have splattered around. Or if you're brave, you can splatter, of course. Nobody is going to stop you from splattering. But it could be messy. Ah, see, look at my splatter. But just keep your brush very close to the plate paper. There you go. Is your coffee cup looking nice? I'm going to use that same dark coffee and write underneath coffee painting. C O F F E coffee. Coffee painting. Now painting I'm going to write in cursive lettering. Huh? P A I N like my handwriting. T I N G. But please use a small brush for this. I've used a little big brush. I should have used a smaller brush for this. Okay. Coffee painting. So now you know it's coffee painting. All right. If your coffee is dry enough to share with me, can you show me some of your coffee artwork? Whoever's is
My
dry.
battery is very low.
Oh, your battery is very low. It's okay. It's okay. Put it on the. You can put it later on the group. Okay. This is Abir, no?
Yes.
Yes, Abir, you put it on the group. Okay, directly.
Yes.
Good. But is it looking nice, Abir?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. What about the others? Sia, Kyra, anybody? Anybody wants to show me how their coffee? Oh, wait. Let me see Sia's. Hold on. I'll see Sia's first. Very nice. Very nice. Lovely. I like the shading, Sia. Good. All right, Kyra, let's see. Oh, you made all. Wow. Very nice. Super, super. Can you just hold it up a little higher? I want to see. Ah, yes. I wanted to see the trees. Okay. Good. Good job. All right, I'm going to look at Mickey's now. What has Mickey done? Flowers. Very nice. Very nice. Who else? Anybody else wants to show me? Or are we good to go? So, you can do any sort of painting you want with coffee, provided you understand that there have to be at least 3 or 4 shades of coffee. Okay. And after you make those shades, apply them one by one, light to dark. Always light to dark. We can't do it the other way around, dark to light. Okay. And then you will get whatever you want. You can take any painting you want and you can make coffee art out of it. Okay. I don't know if I have one right now, but I'll show you. I made a bird once, long back, maybe 1 year back or 2 years back. I'll show you. I have that book. find it. When I find it, I'll put it on the group. Okay, that's better.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I need to leave.
Yes. We are done with today's class. Put it in a group on the group. All right. Those who have pictures, please put it on the group, and I will share some of mine as well. Will do. Okay. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.